Right, we're off to pick. Hang on, indicate. Here we go. We are off to pick the Humber up. It's Friday and it's finished. Now I'm feeling a bit of a fraud because I'm in a big, well not a big, but I'm in a four-wheel drive vehicle and I'm off to Sainsbury's to pick up some fuel because it's got to go back with the same amount of fuel in it as it left with, which has basically bankrupted us. But I'm driving past a comprehensive school, but I'm not dropping any children off. Let's face it, I'm never going to go off-road in one of them, never going to go off-road in a Humber, but yeah, I do feel a bit of a fraud. I do think I should have loads of kids in the back, dropping off at school and then driving to Sainsbury's to pick up petrol. So here we go, we're a little bit early for the school run really. And what we should be doing is just sitting in stop-go traffic with our big four-wheel drive capability, just in case. Although, oh, hang on, there's a big puddle there. She's dressed for the weather. Right, although, if you live in Portishead, if you look at the road here, and this is one of the main roads in and out, and they've repaired this recently, in the past couple of days. Look at this. Do you know the most expensive car ever made, and I think it was made by General Motors, was the Lunar Rover. And apparently they wanted to test it in some really extreme conditions. Obviously it was going to the moon, so they took it up to the M6 to try it out and it broke. Before you get all excited in Googling, that's not true. Anyway, I shall talk to you once I've filled it up. Not filled it up, it's got to go back with a quarter tank is what it had on it. And it used a quarter of a tank to get from Melksham to here, so I think I'm going to have to put half a tank in, burn quarter tank, get in there, and then leave it with the quarter tank. That's the theory. But how much does it take to put half a tank in? I'll let you know after we filled it up. Right, just coming back, just put £20 worth of unleaded in it, and it's taking it to just over a quarter of a tank. So I have to do an adjustment at the nearest garage to the rust treatment place before we drop it off. And the traffic's getting stop-start, so that's more like it. I did feel like I should have gone round to all the people at the garage and apologised to them for driving a Land Rover. There's one going the other way. Was they going to wave? No, of course they don't. See, Humber owners or classic car owners generally tend to sort of like acknowledge each other when they're going along, whereas people who drive something distinctive or interesting, but in one of these, you're just one of the crowd. And they go, I'm an individual, I drive a Land Rover. Yeah, so does that bloke there, and that bloke there, and that bloke over there. And I'm very, very grateful that there are people that are spending a fortune on hybrid and electric cars, because of course what it does is it offsets the people that want to drive around in one of these. Ideal, absolutely fantastic. And I think Land Rover have decided that they must have sat down with their engineers and said, what sort of people are going to be driving a vehicle like this? And they've gone, well, probably because they're driving around in one of these doing the school runs and that, an obese person, and they've got plenty of weight, so let's make the clutch pedal really heavy, so you've got to be a weightlifter and push it down. And I was in 5th already then, and it felt like it needed an extra gear. Never mind. Right, this is the starting grid. That is the 2 lanes that go into one to join the M5, and it's literally first off wins. Are we going to get a change yet? No. There's a yellow box in front which a lot of people block out, and I can understand why they do, because it is difficult. So here we go. Whoops, stalled it. You lose. I'm surprised no one's tooting their horn at me yet. Here we go. And looking at a lot of these cars that are alongside me, and a lot of these people are merely getting to work. They are not driving. They're just getting in their boxes, turning the key, and they're getting to where they want to go, and then they're getting back out again. They are not driving. They are not using roadcraft. They are not using care, consideration and courtesy to other road users. It's just, I've got in it, I'm going to work, I'm going to go to work and do work. The bit about getting in the car and getting to work doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. As long as I get there and I get there before somebody else, or quicker than somebody else, that's all that matters. Right, we're in 5th again. It really feels like it could do with an extra gear. It's doing 2,500 RPM. Sounds like it's doing 4, but never mind. But in conclusion, Land Rover, nice and comfy, a little bit heavy, clutch is a bit vicious on it. The fast idle from cold is a little high, and that really makes manoeuvring it quite hard. Oh, look at the tides right up. So I can see the appeal, but it's not for me. It's not Humberings, is it? So I'll let you have a look at the tide, which is right up, and you can't see the snow on the mountains over in Wales, which we could yesterday because the sun was on and it was beautiful. See you when we pick the Humber up. M4 chipping, and that's what we want, isn't it? M4. We want M4. So we've picked it up. We're on our way back. Hang on, I'll go get in the right lane here. Sorry. Alright, I think this is it, M4 Chippenham. Yep. Right, so we picked it up. There are some pictures to... Oh, wrong bloody lane. There are some pictures to follow. Hang on, I'm going to have to go around the roundabout now. There are some pictures to follow, which I shall stick on a link or put on the end of this film. It all looks very nice. It's a little bit sticky, the windscreen's a bit smeary, and the exhaust smells, but that's due to overspray from putting the magic chemicals on. So he did say when we left, see you next year. I hope we can stretch it a little bit further than that. So phase 2 of Project Humber will be coming up when we get into... I'm not going to reveal it yet because it's controversial. But the problem of getting out of a nice swishish newish vehicle and getting into an older vehicle is the brakes aren't quite what they used to be. Sometimes I think, was there something wrong with the brakes? But it's not, it's just 1960s brakes. Spodes on the back seat, looking handsome. Traffic lights go green, we're off. Right, I think, unless something happens on the way back...
We need milk.
We need milk, but that's just every day, isn't that? Here we go, M4 Chippenham. So another hour and we should be back to work. And I think that will conclude this film for today. So unless something goes wrong, see you in another film. Bye.